guys, I'm here today with a review to the time I was reincarnated into a slime. I believe that's how it goes. And you know, when it comes to series like this, before I even delve into it, I don't know like if there's a certain genre for this, but the way it works is you basically have a main character who is reincarnated into a different world, right? And I feel like there's a lot of animes like this that follow this trend. Like you have Konosuba, for example, you have Re:Zero, and like I know there's like others out there that I probably haven't watched yet, but I know there's more. And they all kind of follow the same way. Your main character, he dies somehow, something happens to him, or like he doesn't even have to die, so he just wakes up in a different world or something like that. And now he has powers or something like that, he has attributes, he can do certain things that, you know, that makes him a hero, you know what I mean? Yeah, so basically, we're used to this happening in anime, like, a lot. But you see, the thing that I love about this show right here, the first episode in particular, I don't know if, like, maybe towards the end they'll change things up and things will go, you know, repetitive or whatnot. I feel like it won't, though. Like, the thing I loved here is because, like, it wasn't just, like, your everyday main character gets reincarnated into this fantasy universe type anime. You have our main character, Satoru, I believe his name was, I don't want to butcher it or anything like that, I don't want to butcher any name, Satoru, right? So like, he is killed. And you know, the way he is killed, oh my gosh, yo. I was just like, I'm watching the scene as he's getting killed and I'm like, yo, what the heck? His killer is straight up running with a knife in like a crowd of people. Nobody thought to call the cops to trip this dude or stop him. I mean, I guess, hey, who's gonna, like, I mean, I know me as a person, I'm not gonna go stop someone with a big knife running to kill somebody, I guess. Because then you might as well kill me because I'm trying to get involved. You can't get me. So yeah. He's running with this big knife, and he goes like for Satoru's friend or co-worker, I believe, something like that, something along those lines, and Satoru jumps in the way, being a noble person, and takes the stab in the back. Oh, it looks so painful. And from there, he dies, and while he's like dying, you kind of see, like, you hear this weird voice going on, and like as things he's saying, it's giving him attributes and whatnot. Kind of reminded me of a perfect example is when you're creating your character for an online game, right? And you're kind of choosing his look or whatnot, or like his abilities and stuff for like an RPG, World of Warcraft-esque stuff, you know what I mean? You're picking your abilities, you're picking your armor, you're picking that stuff. It kind of reminded me of that. Or like you're reading up on a character that you want to choose on their abilities. So that was kind of what was going on. So Satoru is reincarnated into, basically, as the title says, the time I got reincarnated into a slime. He is reincarnated into a slime. And you know, I feel like this is very different than the other, you know, animes that follow this role. Because you see, when you think about it, when these animes follow this role, they kind of make the main character badass. Or like, maybe not badass, but they make him kind of, he's not a slime, you know? This is different. It's so like, simple, like it's not serious, like he's a slime. And you know, when you play games, slimes are like rank 1 creatures in the game. They're like the low level creature that you can probably sneeze on and they'll die, you know what I mean? They're so useless. But in his way, he's not useless. Like Satoru is not useless as a slime. He has his own abilities. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? So when I was thinking of a slime, I'm not even gonna lie, guys. Here's my, this will probably show you guys have dirty mindsets and whatnot, but like, I was thinking of this big green slime, right? And I thought this anime would be a harem, ecchi type thing. That's what I was hoping for, honestly. A big green slime and a lot of girls and boobies and shit. Oh my gosh, I sound like such a perv, but I'm not even gonna lie to you, that's what I was expecting. And you know, I was completely thrown over a loop to see how things went. This is actually pretty interesting, and I would love to see how they can build up the world. And I'm interested in Satoru as a character. And you see, the thing is, he picks up so fast, like with his abilities. He can't see, but from what he's doing, like dissolving things and just moving around, he's like, yo, he predicts he's a slime. You know what I mean? He's just moving around, like getting used to his body and whatnot, seeing his functions and what he can do. And I thought like that was really interesting. Like there's a point where he's making like potions, like from what he is told, like he can store stuff in. Yeah, it reminded me like Kirby. So that, I thought that was pretty interesting. So yeah, like he can store things and whatnot. He's just storing all these potions for like, just in case anything bad happens. And while he's doing this, he runs into this dragon, bro. Oh my gosh, right off the bat, I love dragons. Dragons are just straight badass, yo. Badass, man. Straight up like that. And I believe the dragon's name was Verudora. I believe I pronounced it right or wrong. I do not know. Verudora is this tsundere dragon, guys. Like, you know, it's hilarious, man. I love just meeting this dude because it's like, you see, when we see him, it's like you can't really tell he's a dragon. I mean, you could really tell it. I'm not even gonna lie. You can tell it's a dragon because it's like he has wings. All there is, honestly, around him is black shadow. But he has wings, and the way his body is built, you can tell it's a dragon. And so he meets Satoru, and what happens is he tells Satoru, like, yo, I can tell you how to see, but only in one condition. Kind of like a devil type thing. Like, oh, I can give you this, but there's only one condition. But his condition isn't like too crazy or anything. What his condition is that when Satoru gets to see, like when he gets his vision, because he's gonna help him, to not basically, you know, be afraid of him and be his friend kind of thing. Like, don't leave him, come visit him kind of scenario, right? So Verudora tells Satoru the way he can obtain his vision is through magic sense, which is basically sensing the magic around you, and that's how he could see. And from there is how he sees Verudora, and it's just, guys, it's just hilarious, like the conversation that goes on between these two. It's like, yo, you know, like Satoru, he's scared. He's like, yo, you know what? I'll see you later. And he's trying to leave, and Verudora's like, wait, where you going, yo? I just thought that was so hilarious, man. You see, the thing that I enjoyed from this episode is the laughs. Like, you just had these moments. It's just enjoyable, just laughing and just seeing him adjusting to this world, because it's like, it's a scary thing. You know, think about it, like you die and then you're brought into this different world as something else. You're not yourself, you're not human. And the thing with Satoru as well is like he's kind of unique in a sense because he's a slime, right? And you know, you think like I said, the slimes are like the rank 1 creatures in a game, a regular RPG game or anything. You know, they're nothing. They have no power or they can't harm you in any way. But with him, he's a slime, but he still has thoughts. You know what I mean? He can think. Like he still has his human thoughts, and that kind of, if you think about it, that kind of gives him a bump up there. And he also has abilities, like I said, heat resistance, regeneration, and whatnot. So with these abilities, and also the fact that he has human thoughts, could you imagine, like, that's kind of like, he's, you know, more powerful than you think, because he can think, and he has all these abilities, and he can even learn more abilities from what we were seeing, you know, in this episode. Like, it's easy for him to get these attributes and abilities. I mean, it's like a game. You get abilities. You know what I mean? You unlock them. And like I said, this was very much like a video game. I love that about this because I love playing video games. I'm so big into World of Warcraft. I used to play World of Warcraft religiously. I mean, I stopped, but you know, I used to be into that. Like, World of Warcraft was that game for me. Like, when I ate in the game, I felt like I ate in real life. You know what I mean? We also learned that the way that our MC was reincarnated, like, it's not a common thing. Like, that's not how reincarnation happens. Like, not how reincarnation happens, but like, there are people from the other world, basically where Satoru is from, that have came not through reincarnation, but I believe, like, from what Verudora told us, like, about the mages and how they summon, I think that's the other method. Like, the summon, how mages summon you. And, you know, they put this curse on you, basically. So once you get summoned, you become this weapon. And they put a curse on you so you can never defy them. And to an extent, it's like slavery, right? Because you have these people who, like, they're restrained, like they're chained from doing what they like, or even to, you know, express themselves or do whatever they want because of this curse. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And I would love to see Satoru meeting these other worlders, of course, like seeing them, because his method, it being like not the way of how things are done. It's like with him, he's brought into this world with no restraints kind of thing. Like, he's brought in and it's like, he's different, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he never was summoned. I don't know if I'm taking it right, but that's how I'm, like, from what I've seen, that's how I'm presuming it. So it's like, these other worlders are summoned, like, they're not reincarnated, but summoned. I don't know, though, like I said, or maybe there was another means of them, how they got into this world, like, it's another means, and it's not the summoning method, and I'm just, like, It's just a stretch that I'm doing right there. But yep, that's kind of what I got from this episode. So far off the bat, very enjoyable episode. Like I said, it follows the same, you know, tracks that animes like this tend to do. MC dies, is reincarnated to a different world. But you see, like I said, it's very unique. It added its own different spice to it by even making the MC like a slime, something so useless. And you know, I stress this out all the time. One thing that I love seeing, not even from anime or, you know, just in general, is someone who makes it from nothing to something. So like him being a slime, he's at nothing right now. So I want to see how far he can take his new slime life and, you know, change the world, or, you know, live his life in this world. Because he did mention when he was dying, like, if I am ever reincarnated, I will live my life to the fullest, you know what I mean? And, you know, everyone, come on, we gotta live our lives to the fullest right here. Live your life to the fullest, because it's so short. It's, you know, it's crazy. Life is so short. And, you know, I'm getting all, like, you know, emotional and whatnot, or like speaking on a different topic, but you know, I'm sorry about that, guys, because I just started getting on this whole different topic about life and whatnot, life being short. One thing that I feel like could really like make this series like up there is like the world building as well. Depending on how that's handled, I feel like this could be like really good, because they could do so much. They could add so many creatures and whatnot. I seen the ending to it, like a little bit of it, and there was like these green looking people. Just the world building, the views, the scenery and stuff like that. And of course you got characters and story, but you know, the way things are going, it's interesting. Like I said, it's very interesting. They took a different turn to it. It's something so simple, they made it, you know, it grabs your attention, it attracts you. It's not like everything, it's not like that repetitive pattern. So maybe it might step out from those other animes that kind of follow this same trope. So yeah, I'm really interested. We got a slime, Tsundere dragon, and sign me up, yo. I can't wait to see episode 2. If you made it to the end, guys, you know, this is my first review, like really first type ones. So, you know, I know it's not perfect, but hopefully you enjoyed this. And if you're watching this and you haven't seen the episode, I honestly don't know why you are watching this right now. Like, watch the episode. I would hope that you have watched the episode if you were watching it. I'm losing myself. But, like, if you have, what am I saying now? Oh my gosh, I can't even speak properly. But yeah, I hope you are watching the episode before watching this, or like, I guess, because if you think about it, if you watch this and then you're going to watch the episode, you're going to be spoiled, you know what I mean? I didn't really go into like deep detail on what happened in the episode, but I speak on a summary, you know what I mean? So there's going to be certain things you're going to know. Alright, I'll stop talking now. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, you're amazing, yo. Peace out.